Thank you, Pakistan Navy, to giving us the opportunity to share our views among national and international audience. Thank to Senator Mushahid Hussain being here with us. So, this topic is totally related to ocean-related policies. Sir, it's the blue economy and it's an emerging concept. As yesterday, a few speakers have discussed about it, blue economy is a new concept as economic development in the oceans. So different organizations have differently defined blue economy. For example, World Bank, all economic activities related to ocean, seas and coast, and European Commissions, they said it's comprise a range of economic sectors and related policies that do get determine whether the use of the ocean resources is sustainable. So we need to think globally, as I mentioned, understand the concept and process of global blue economy development, promoting transitional operation experiences sharing. And then we need to act locally, embracing the process of blue economy and building the capacity for future blue economy developments. So different agreements and different international laws and conventions, they are also supporting blue economy development, just like SDG goal, life underwater. It says conservation and sustainable use of the marine resources for sustainable development. And the Rio Ocean Declaration, Ocean as a Natural Capital, and APEC Conference 24/7 Declaration, they also mentioned the blue economy is the key sector for the economic development, and other agreements just like UNCLOS, ICI, Biodiversity Target, CBD, Ramsar Convention, CITES, MARPOL, and many organizations and many conventions, they are also supporting the blue economy development in the country. When we talk about the global ocean value assets, so, sir, it's really big. When we talk about the renewable generations, it comes $6.9 trillion from mangroves areas, coral reef areas, swamps, and other areas. When we talk about the carbon emissions, oceans can absorb more than 30% of the carbon from the atmosphere. And when we talk about the productive wise, it's about $7.6 trillion, and commerce and trade is shares $5.2 trillion. Ocean energy, as my topic is related to ocean energy, most of the countries, they are shifting the traditional way of ocean energy into the renewable energy. So they're getting most of their energy from the tidal barrage. It's about 521.5 megawatts, and other tidal streams they are also using, and some other technologies just like Otic ocean thermal energy conversions and waves they are also using to convert the energy into the ocean energy. So when we talk about the renewable energy, according to the Global Wind Energy Council, it started in 2006. It's offshore. It's showing about, as you can see, the offshore share of new installation. It's 1%. It started from 26 to 29, and it has increased from 2010 to 23 to 3%, and it also increased 23 to 2016. It increased 4%. And from 27 to 2018, it increased 8%, and 29 it has increased. If we see the shares, the rest of the world and the Europe, China and the Europe, they are contributing, they are changing the traditional way of energy utilization into green energy. According to the compound annual growth rate, it has increased from 2013 to 2019 as 24%. If we talk about the country's ocean technology utilization capacity, so Europe has utilized 55%, Asia Pacific 28%, Middle East and Africa 30%, South Central and North America, they have utilized 20%, they have capacity they are utilizing. So when we come to the Pakistan, mostly in Pakistan, they are totally dependent on the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, they are utilizing 64%, they are getting energy, and from hydropowers, just like dams and barrages, they are getting 27%, and from nuclear powers 5%. When we talk about the non-renewable energy, so it's contributing 4%. We have some installed wind turbines along in Sindh province. Blue economy around the globe, Sir, before bill economy, we need to know the concept. How can we get the bill economy in real form? For the bill economy, you need to conduct MSP. MSP is a marine spatial planning. It's kind of ocean zoning. You need to divide your oceans into different zones. So different countries, they adopt MSP first and then they implement their bill economy policies. Just like in Oceania countries, 3 countries, they have adopted MSP for the bill economy achievements targets, and in Europe 25 countries they have adopted MSP. In Asia 9 countries, in Africa 5 countries. I got this result from the UNESCO IOC website. If you want to know further more about the MSP and its international achievements, you can go to the sites UNESCO IOC. When I talk about the MSP and bill economy achievements, I usually give examples about China because they are working very hard on ocean zoning and bill economy targets. So you can see here, the Chinese coastline is about 18,000 kilometers. They have divided their coast into 1,939 zones. So they have major 8 zones. You can see here on the screen, they have industrial and urban development zones, 304. They have mineral and energy zones, 65. They have tourism and entertainment zones, 287. They have marine protection zones, 247. They have special zones, 220. Reservation zones, 184. Port and navigation zones, 339. Agriculture and fishery zones, 285. So for the bill economy achievements, they have divided their areas into different zones according to the need of their natural resourcing capacity. So in the context of Pakistan, I want to highlight some issues. Just like ocean is still not a priority, sir. It's a big issue. Although we have been talking about we are the agriculture country, in my opinion, we are not the agriculture country because we are the maritime country. Actually, we have 2,900 square nautical mile and 100 more than 100 coastal lines. So I think we need to shift our priorities from land toward the sea. So, sir, ocean is still not a priority because we have lack of national ocean policy, lack of institutional capacity, existing pressures on target activities. We have been working on fisheries since 1947 till now. We have been working on fisheries sectors and overexploitation of the ocean resources. And second, data constraints. In data constraints, we have ocean economy data limited, no parts of regular estates, data disaggregation, lack of environmental monitoring system, lack of study and evaluation of the coastal and marine ecosystems. So what can we do? We should move forward now. So, sir, establish MSP supporting process. If you want to get bill economy targets and objectives, you have to divide your areas according to their natural resource carrying capacity. Just like establishing a MSP supportive laws, inclusive form of ocean resources management, build horizontal and vertical integration among organizations that are directly or indirectly involved in the management of the coastal and marine areas in Pakistan. The emergence of the private sectors, we have to we have to access private sectors to come and invest in ocean areas, and circular economy and climate resiliency. So existing issues related to coast and marine in Pakistan. If we talk about the institutions, there are overlap and conflict of policies, sir. Unclear management boundaries, mismatch special authority, and incoherence, and then lack of legislation related to maritime activities. We have been talking about the blue economy, but we need to make a policy about the blue economy. We still don't have law about how we can implement blue economy. Just like other countries, they have specified laws about the sea area use management law. This law defines the policies of the blue economy. We should have the sea area use management law. If somebody wants to do investment, if somebody wants to do some kind of activity, they should know about the law, how this area can be utilized. And then second, lack of human resources. Sir, in Pakistan, there are few organizations, they are working about marine sciences, just like Beria University, Center of Excellence in Marine Biology. In Balochistan, we are the only faculty in Pakistan, we are offering BS Marine Sciences at Lasbila University of Agricultural, Water and Marine Sciences. I got my BS degree from that faculty, and 2008 I became lecturer there, and 2014 I moved to China for my master's and 8 years of PhD. So, sir, we need to expand our human resources. And then development. If we talk about the development, uncoordinated land sea economic relationships, unreasonable layout of marine industries, disorder coastal development. It's not working. Can you help me to land of scientific development, several land-based pollutions, and coastal erosion. So obstacles in commercialization of ocean resources in Pakistan. Problems with available technology. We are lacking technology, just like lack of research, lack of human capital, lack of scientific research. Problems with political motivation. Sir, it's once again comes to you. It's about lack of policy outcomes, focusing on sectoral development, the limited awareness. When we talk about the problems with social supports, social exclusion, conflict of interest, and limited involvement in decision-making process, the last one is really is a big issue, because most of the projects, when we are going to launch along the coastal area, we ignore the involvement of the local community. Without the involvement of local community, no projects can get positive results. And problems with industries are not available. Blue economy, we are talking about limited information regarding production use of ocean resources, and then lack of investor confidence. And problems with evolutions, problem with project durability, short-term plans, and team conflicts. Solutions, sir, how can overcome to these issues? For the adaptation of blue economy, the government of Pakistan need to adopt marine spatial planning. It means the government of Pakistan need to divide its coastal areas into three broader categories: socially, economically, and ecological areas. I have defined MSP, the 3D approach, is ecological important areas. If we identify our ecological important, what will be the benefits? Identify ecologically important areas, form a network of marine protected areas, reduce cumulative use of human impacts on resources. And socially important resources, reduce user to user, environment conflict, enhance livelihood, reduce pressure on target activities, science of resource ownership, capacity building, promote oceanographic knowledge. And economically important areas, identify economic opportunities, offshore new investment, streamline land permitting process. And what is marine spatial planning? Sir, as defined by the IOC and UNESCO, is a public process, is a distribution of human activities on ecological, economic, and social objectives. It's the MSP definition. On the UNESCO sides, if Pakistan want to adopt MSP, they can get a membership from their sides, IOC, UNESCO. They will help, they have their technicians there. They can help government of Pakistan how to adopt MSP in their regions. They can help us, sir. They have expertise there. They can help us a lot. And MSP in real, what MSP does, it's a planning strategy. It's a national level strategy. First it plans, then it data evaluates, and then it's ecosystem constructions. It identifies areas. At the end, you can see these are planning processes. They have defined areas according to their carrying capacity. And the second picture is the MSP in real. How can we get MSP? So, according to my study, because I have my master's and PhD in MSP, in my studies, I have some research publications, as I have suggested for the government of Pakistan, how they can divide their areas into, I have just divided into 6 zones, just like fishery and aquaculture zone. In fishery and aquaculture zones, we can have aquaculture zones, capture zones, conservation zones for key areas. And port and navigation zones, we have port zones, waterways, and anchorage zones. Industrial and urbanization zones, we have industrial zone area, and we can also have urbanization zones. Oil and gas and energy zones, renewable energy and oil and gas zones, tourism and marine protect zone, tourism zones, and other, and reserve zone, military zones, and other reserve zones. So if we will adopt MSP, so we can divide our areas into different zones. And this is my recent publication I have published about the CPEC, marine blue economy development approaches, what kind of economic activities can be carried out along the Balochistan coast. Solutions of commercialization of ocean resources, sir. Is invest in promote onshore industry, improve science-based decisions, advancement in technology, political support and will, and social inclusion. Because my topic related to renewable energy, so how can Pakistan get renewable energy sources? Sir, we have strong wave energy. We can utilize wave energies. We have energy. We can build tidal barrages. We can generate, just like we build dams, we generate electricity. We can also build tidal barrages. We can store water from high tide in the barrage and the low tide. In both conditions, we can also generate electricity. And then we have current energy, and at the end we also have ocean thermal energy conversion techniques. Thank you so much.